Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone this morning? So good, I hope. So good. Are you raring to go? Are you ready to make some art? I bet you are. I am, that's for sure. Good morning, Keels. Make sure everybody has their drink. I kind of have a head full of ideas this morning, so I need to make sure I'm hydrated. If you are brand new here, or you know someone who would like to join us, please be sure to have them and you follow Corbiere-Scott Designs on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and then make sure they comment and share and like. Those things, it seems like such a simple thing, but it does really have an impact on my business as a big whole. I don't know how to describe it, but it does have a big impact. Anyway, and for all things Ann and artsy, like the art printable that we're going to play with today, Flower Fodder 1, please go to AnnCorbiereScottDesigns.com. Okay, so here we go. Oh, I was just working on this thing that Desi and I started, filling in some squares. Anyway. I was just going through some of my pages that we've created together this year, and I'm realizing that I need to add New Mexico. Well, then you're going to be driving right past me, Valerie. Some of my pages just need some sentiment, so I've been really pondering like where I want to go with my sentiments, what I want to do. Some pages are feeling like they need some more artwork, like some kind of a focal piece. Good morning, Pegs. This one I feel like I want to just add a sentiment. This was, remember I did this inspired by a scarf worn by one of my mom's doctors. I know that seems weird and morbid, but it's true. Anyway, but I've been trying to fill in pages because sometimes I leave blank pages, and I did find a blank page. Just a sec, where did I find it? That I have one of our papers. Oh, well, I wish I would have known, Valerie. I would have rescheduled class or something so we could hang together for even a minute. Because we finished Your Honor, so I'm dying to talk to you about it. Anywho. So I have this page that I've started to build. I just put down a jelly print, and then I had this stamped piece that I want to somehow incorporate. Not exactly sure. But I have this blank page, and so what I want to do is I want to start by... So I finished up my resist pages from last week. Remember when we did some crayon resist, and we did... Can I just tell you how much I am madly in love with this, the blue and the pink in this one? But I'm really liking the greens in these. I ran this through my Xyron, and so I'm going to stick this down here, and I have some ideas of what I want to build. When do you go back, Valerie? Okay, so I peeled that. I'm going to turn this so that I'm as even Steven as I can be. Then I'm going to tuck this as best I can. And then I'm just going to smooth out with my hand as best I can. Because I did get a wrinkle here, but I'm going to smooth it out as much as I can. All right, well, let's plan on that. Then let's plan on meeting someplace, Valerie, and then we can talk about that show. Okay, so now I'm going to trim off the excess. And I have kept the I've kept the backing sheet because I want to stick these pieces down that I've cut out, because you know I don't like to waste. Don't waste any of that artsy goodness. Okay. And now this one, both ends. And I want to share with you something that Desi and I came up with this summer. So we were putting some of her jelly prints in her, oh, shut up. Look at how cute that is. Oh my gosh, I love that as a backer. I love that as a background right there. Good morning, Lori. Good morning. I used to say to my kid every morning, good morning, morning, Glory. So I have all kinds of ideas of how I want to build this. This one is still kind of a work in progress. I don't know exactly where I'm going. But I wanted to share with you something that Desi and I came up with this summer when we were putting some of her jelly prints down as pages in her art journal. So we took the excess and we made a frame around the edge of her page. And so I think we should do this too, right? And here's the thing. You don't have to build the whole frame at once. You can do it as you have pieces, right? And you can mix and match it, right? So I can have this, I could just have the edge, or I could build a whole frame all with 4 strips, right? Just utilize all that artsy goodness. I don't know what else I want to do with this, but I have big ideas. So just know that there's always something, right? There's always something that we can do. The other thing I wanted to talk about was this one. You guys, I'm so madly in love with it. And I'm not exactly sure where I want to go, but I do want it to be like a whole page. I don't know. I love it so much. I love it so much. Good morning, Vic. How are you today? So I also have, look, I have this strip, right? So I could have this strip be part of, so always keep those little cutoffs. Yay, Linda, right? So you can do, just think about those cutoffs and how you can utilize those. Anyway, okay, where was I? Back at the green, here we go. How are you feeling? Good, I hope. Yes, so this was Tuesday's artwork. This, and I did a Rolodex card. Kind of digging that too. I don't know exactly where I want to go with this, but I know I want to put another flower on it. I just don't know exactly what. So this is my background, and I think my idea is that because it's green and colorful, there's bits and pieces of color with remember we did the blue, Lori. I just picked blue. No particular reason. I just needed a new color. And I don't think we've done anything with blue. Good morning, Tam. Okay, so this is my background. So I really want to think about, I kind of have this idea of a garden. Like I wanted to do a flower garden with our new art printable flowers. So with this as the base inspiration, and here are the rest of the flowers. I thought I will cut each of these flowers out. Like I'll just separate them, and then I want to color them each to, oh, these are tight, kind of enhance either this page or another page. I mean, that's the beauty, I think, of art printables, is that we get to choose what colors we fill them with and what backgrounds we put them on, right? So like the Rolodex card that I just posted this morning, I was able to coordinate those colors. There we go. I was able to coordinate those colors with a background that maybe I already had. Oh yes, because it was a background that Debbie Pack had sent me. And so every time I look at it, I think about Debbie. I love that. So I was thinking that maybe, what do you guys think about, Linda and I were talking yesterday during the cootie catcher class, that might be a fun swap to do to make cootie catchers. Because now that it's all still fresh in our brains, I thought that might be, you know, something fun to do. And if you didn't catch the cootie catcher class, be sure to head over to Lindsay's 61st and Holding birthday party, and you'll get this artwork, and you'll get to watch me make it and play with it. So I thought that might be fun. That might be fun. But I would give everybody a long lead time because it would be kind of labor intensive. Or you could just, we could just figure out, I'm not well versed in swaps, but maybe there's a way that we could, I don't know, limit the amount of swapping. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there, talking it through. You guys help me out on that. Okay, so I want to do I'm really feeling like I want to continue with my colored pencils. And so that's where I'm headed this morning. So I have lots of colored pencils out here. And even more in the tin. Right. So I'm really feeling vermilion. You know I love a vermilion. So let's see. There's pale vermilion. And this is that scarlet red, which is really kind of vermilion-esque. That's vermilion. Scarlet red. And you know when I color, everything is, I use, you name a crayon or a color, and I have many shades of the same thing in all different brands of colored pencils. You know. I mean, this one's kind of speaking to me this morning. So let's see. What do we have? What's our lightest? So let's go. I'm just going to start coloring in and chatting. So I have lots of talking points this morning. So, yesterday, I spent the afternoon in the dentist chair. Gross. I needed to get a crown on a tooth, and I had a new dentist, and so that was, well, she's kind of filling in for my dentist, and that's always a little bit, I have a little bit of dentist anxiety. And I have so many family members that work in dentist office, and you know what? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Dentist anxiety. Anyway, so I was a little nervous going into that procedure yesterday. And so I came out okay. It just took forever and a day, you know, because they do the prep work on your tooth, and then you have to sit for like 45 minutes while they build the crown. And that was boring, and I was so afraid I was going to fall asleep. Anyway, then they fitted the crown, and I came home, and I knew Jeff was at the gym, and I was like, can you just bring me a Frosty? Because I knew I wanted something cool, and because, you know, you can't have anything sticky, and you can't have anything hot, and you can't have it, la 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 la. But I hadn't eaten before I went. Not a smart idea. So I just knew I needed something, and I'm just going to tell you, that Frosty was the most delicious. It was. And what else do I want to say? Oh, I just read that we have had, here in Phoenix, we have had over 100 consecutive days of 100 degrees or higher. We've broken all kinds of records. It's just been miserable hot. Miserable hot. But you know, I just kind of hibernate. Opposite of when I grew up in Michigan. I just hibernate inside of my house when it's hot. I hibernated inside of my house when it was cold back in Michigan. I'm digging this. It is crazy, isn't it? Oh, you guys, I read about this place in England, in London actually, that Kew Gardens, I don't know if you've heard of it, but there's a place in Kew Gardens that has a herbararium. In England they would call it a herbarium. But anyway, it is one of the largest collections of dried flowers in the world. And the reason that they, not the reason that they did it, but the, I mean, certainly for documentation, right? Because what they can do with all of those dried pressed flower samples is that they can, each specimen is an immense source of information telling us what plants look like, where they are found, when they flower or seed, and they can even extract DNA. So this collection was started 170 years ago, and now it boasts over 7 million dried flowers and plant specimens. I thought that was so amazing. So last year, if you remember, when I was home, my cousin Lisa and I went for a walk in the woods, and we gathered all kinds of, you know, I come from a big, long line of foragers. We like to forage in the forest. Anyway, she shared these flower drying presses that she made, and with the help of my cousin Donald, her husband. So she's like my cousin-in-law. Anyway, so I was sure thinking about her when I read that, because she dries and presses flowers and all kinds of foliage. So I was sure thinking about her and thinking about how cool is it that there are these places, and I guess there are these herbarariums all over the world that house all of this plant information, which I thought was so cool, you know? Anyway, and I have some dried flowers from her that I don't know what I want to do with them, but I do want to use them in some artwork at some point. Here we go. I hope you're all coloring some flowers. I hadn't either, Peg, but doesn't it sound right up our alley? Doesn't it? Doesn't it? I just found it fascinating. And it's just immense. Well, can you imagine? With over 7 million plant and flower varieties. Unbelievable. Here we go. Oh, Beth, I bet they're beautiful. I bet they're beautiful. But this is flame red. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got going on. So I'm just going to slowly build my depth by deepening my coloring, by deepening my, I'm still using very light pressure. Do you happen to have a picture, Beth, that you could post in the Anne Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook group? We would love to see it. Yeah, don't you want to see Keels? We're all inspired by each other, aren't we? I love that. Back, forth, back, forth. Just slowly building that color. Up those petals. Isn't it crazy? Look at just the difference. Just the addition of that little bit of color has created the depth. It is 9 inches wide. I love that Xyron. I do. I can certainly use a glue stick or wet glue or whatever, but the Xyron makes it so much quicker, and it's edge to edge. It's edge to edge adhesive. Here we go. You'll be so happy, Tam. Xyron. Xyron is the brand. And I like the Creative Station, the 9-inch, because the 9-inch can hold both the 9-inch cartridge and the 5-inch cartridge. So if you're doing, let me show you. So it looks like this. Xyron Creative Station, right? Let's see. There we go. Better? Xyron Creative Station, and this is the 9-inch. They open at the top, right here. Push that down. And you see I have the 9-inch cartridge right here, but it also holds the 5-inch. It just slides it there. Do you see? It just hold it. Just the 9-inch, the 5-inch. They just slide in. I did so many. If you look up Xyron on YouTube, I did so many Xyron videos back in the day. So many. Where you can see all the ins and outs and make some projects maybe. I made a bunch of We Are Memory Keepers videos too. And I was just telling Jeff, you're welcome. I was just telling Jeff, I go, you know what's so crazy? So when I did, the We Are Memory Keepers videos, I didn't want to have to edit, so I would make myself do those videos over and over and over again until it was perfect. I know, crazy. I don't know if I know anybody that works there anymore, but it's an amazing product. It is an amazing product. So as I will tell you, like as I deepen the color, right? It's kind of funny how this happens, but natural highs and lows just start to appear. With your back and forth application of color, and it's so amazing because it does really start to really appear like petals that have highs and lows, and I just love it. I don't get any kind of credit or anything for recommending Xyron. I will just recommend it because I think it's a superior product. And I'm kind of that way with everything. You just know that I'm not going to tell you to get something that I don't use myself. I couldn't live with my conscience. Just not that kind of girl. Little by little, building up these petals, the dimension. This printable is the brand new one, Peg, for September, and it is called Flower Fodder. Brand new sheet full of flowers. Oh, everybody take a drink. So I think I'm starting to feel ready to move on to another color, deepen it just a little bit. So I found this, so yesterday I read Tuesday, I read this quote by Maya Angelou, remember, that was, where is it? Oh, no, by Archbishop Tutu, that I want to add to one of my art journaling pages. Remember, do your little bit of good where you are. It's those little bits of good put together that overwhelm the world. I love that. But then I found another one today that I thought I want to incorporate somehow onto one of my art journaling entries. It's so good, you guys. It's so good. You don't have to understand people's experiences to be kind. Kindness doesn't require logic. It requires grace. Well, ain't that the truth? Okay, so now let's go a little bit deeper. Because is this the... Let's see where we are color-wise. I think I want to go vermilion, like straight vermilion. So I'm just going to kind of do some flicks of color and hoping that deepens things ever so slightly, and then I can kind of work with that. Bring that and really deepen it right at the base of those segments of the petal, because that's going to be that's the darkest part, right? Because that's where the petal and the base, the petal and the center meet each other. So we want it as deep as we can get. Right, so I'm just flicking that vermilion. I found another one that I will write in its entirety in the newsletter tomorrow. I will include it in the newsletter tomorrow, I should say. And it's just about September, and it's some things that September is about. And I just thought we need to document that in our art journal. And I'll start to look for different monthly sentiments like this that we can document in our art journals. Okay. September is about letting go of what no longer serves us. That's a big one, isn't it? September is about finding joy in small moments. September is about focusing on what you can control. I have to remind myself of that kind of often because I can be a little bit of a control freak. And mostly in my own head. September is about challenging yourself to try new things. Well, we try new things in this group all the time, don't we? I love that about us. And that everybody's so open to all of my crazy ideas. September is about trusting that everything happens at the right time. That one's a little difficult for me too. But when I do, it feels so good. Do you know what I mean? September is about valuing your time by dedicating it to what truly matters. Don't you think we need to document this in our art journals? September is about surrounding yourself with positive energy. September is about doing the things that match what you believe in. September is about showing yourself the love you deserve. Oh my gosh, I just love that. I just love that. So this is starting to really come together. Look at it. So pretty. So pretty. I'm just mad for that vermilion. Okay, I think I want to try that scarlet red next. Just really deepening down here. There we go. Ta-ta. I just love that slow build of color. I just don't think there's anything quite like it for me. Like to just watch it slowly grow makes all the difference to me. So if you are interested in coming to my second annual art retreat, I think I've talked about the dates, and I've talked about the it going up, and I promise it will. I just have to work out all the details before I put it out to the world. But just know it's coming, so just keep watching. And it'll be bigger and better than last year. I can't wait. It will still be an intimate gathering. It's still what they call in the industry a boutique retreat, because I am not interested in having, 50 people or anything. I like a small group. It's kind of where I think I do best. Another way of figuring out who you are. But I am working on the possibility of doing, because it's so limited in size, I'm thinking about trying to come up with another, like an online branch of it of some kind. I don't know. I haven't figured that part out yet. But I'm working on it. Promise, I am working on it. Just please rest assured that I am working. I'm working on all those details. This is growing into the prettiest flower. I'm starting to think about what color I want to do my little bits in here. I'm thinking maybe don't know, like maybe a green or like a periwinkle blue, or I don't know. Anybody got any ideas? I was talking yesterday in the Stitch Along about Dancing with the Stars. I haven't watched Dancing with the Stars in years. I did have a couple of seasons where I watched more often. I think I have one season that I watched that was that I actually like voted for somebody, but then I just kind of lost interest. But I was talking about it yesterday because there are Olympians that are competing this year, and I think they almost always have an Olympian of some sort, but this year, because the Olympics just happened, it's all still fresh in our minds. So Ilona Maher is competing, and I just fell in love with her from the women's rugby team. And Stephen Nodorczyk, the pommel horse guy. So I thought, I might watch this year. This looks interesting. And I love when they have that those Olympians get to compete again, but in something totally different. And they both seem like they have the big personality that will just embrace that competition, you know, and have fun with it. And that's always fun to watch. Okay. Did I go all the way around? I think I went all the way around, but now I don't. You know what? Soften those edges little bits. There we go. This one needs the color to be deepened just a little bit. So all that talk I made of making, adding color to flowers to enhance and coordinate with backgrounds, I just did this color because I like it, and it'll find a home. So there you go. Right? I'm thinking let's do green. I think that might be kind of the best way to go. So I think I'm going to start with my beautiful lime peel, and I'm going to sharpen it because we've got tiny spaces. There we go. Look how pretty that is. I think this was the right choice. But I don't know about these little bits that are out into the flower petals. I don't know if I want those green or if I want those, I don't know. I haven't figured that part out yet. So sometimes, because Prismacolors are wax based, you're going to get buildup much like a crayon. So just take a second every now and again to wipe that buildup off on your finger so you don't get like this color contaminating another color, or vice versa. Because when you're laying down the color, oftentimes we want to start out at least with pure color, and then we can move, right? We can move on. You can, I swear, Peg, it is an addiction, isn't it? And then Back to Art School 102, that's going on the calendar, and that is going to be, so save this date. That is going to be October 19th. October 19th is Back to Art School 102. It is not Back to School 101, is not a prerequisite, but you'll be glad you took it. Because like Peggy just said, crayons, they're addicting. Oh my gosh, you'll find so many things out about crayons, and you'll just want to color every single thing with crayons. Okay, I'm loving that. I'm wondering if the inner circle, if I should do like maybe a little bit deeper green. I think I have like an olive green. That I think that might be. I have an ochre, but I don't know about that. I have this olive gray that it's just okay to me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have olive black. Don't particularly love that. Still looking for my perfect green, you guys. Sorry. Okay, here we go. And I also want to sharpen this one. Can I tell you how much I love this sharpener? Because it can sharpen many different with long point, short point, and bigger crayons. Or bigger implements, I should say. So let's go. This one is just a little bit different. I think that's, yep, I'm liking that. Just want that little bit deeper tone on the inside. Oh, I have some mail to share that I forgot to share last week. But, are you ready for it? I received the most thoughtful thing. Look at this tag. Thinking of you, love, Peg. Stop it right now. And look at this. Always in my heart with a little paw print. My Solly boy. Thank you, Peg. Thank you, thank you. That has just, that's gonna go right there. It's just gonna go right here with the Blossom rock. And this will find a new home. Someplace in my house. Probably on my inspiration board. Oh, another thing, don't forget, we're still saving up all of those fruit tags. Ooh, there you go, Keels. There you go. You know what? I think I might too. So don't forget to save your fruit stickers. Everybody take a drink. Let's do some comfort book. Let's go toward the back this time. How to be an ocean. You haven't failed in a moment of sadness. You haven't lost in a moment of defeat. You are not a statue standing in an eternal contrapposto. You are a thing in motion, a rising tide, a cresting wave. Your vast depths witness every marvel, every wonder. You are then marvelous and wonderful. So, don't fight the moon, allow every tide, and give all your wrecked ships the space to hide. Oh my gosh, that was good, wasn't it? That was a good one. I really liked that one. I was thinking about my next step after I finish these greens. I think I want to do, I don't know if I want to color that in or if I want to leave it white so I have a nice contrast. I'm kind of feeling like I like that. I like the contrast of the green and the white. It just adds a little spark. And then I was thinking, what if, because I'm going darker green, medium green, what if I go super light green? What if I go, this is olive yellow. So what if I sharpen this and I do all those little, the little bits out on the petals, this light yellow. The lightest yellow, or the lightest green. It's sometimes looks pretty yellowy. Sometimes I think that's the way to go. And this is looking so tomatoey, isn't it, Keels? It's starting to make me think about your tomato garden. Oh, what's the title? What's the title, Keels? And is it like the comfort book or is it a novel? 131st. Yikes. I do love him. I just think he has such a way, his turn of phrase is so, I don't know, it's just so powerful. Life Impossible. Matt Haig also wrote The Midnight Library, and oh my gosh, that was so good. That was so good. Pegs, that's funny, because now I think I probably will buy it too. Right after class, probably. I do need to finish our book club selection because book club is coming up. But it's always nice to have a new book waiting in the wings for you. Oh, you guys, I'm loving that. I'm loving that. Shut up, Linda. Well, now I want to know all about the history of Crayola. I do know some of the history of Crayola, but oh, I'd love to read a story about it. Come on. Okay, so I'm feeling with this color here, I'm almost getting a little bit of a poppy vibe. So I'm thinking, let's go dark. Let's go dark in the center. And I think I want to start with a gray. Do I have a cool gray? I kind of prefer a cool gray, but I think I mostly have warm grays in this can. And then I have black. That's a dark gray. That's kind of pretty. Let's see. Cool gray. Yay. I mean, I know there is a time and a place for warm grays. It's just often not my art. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so I have cool gray, cool gray, cool gray. What is this one? Cool gray, warm gray, warm gray, warm gray. Those are going to the side. So I'm gonna just start with that cool, that lightest cool gray, which I think is like 10%. So you know that's like super, super light. And I'm just filling it with that circly blend. Yeah. Oh, Linda, it's super easy to add a picture. So you're gonna add it to the Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook group. That's the place you can add a photo. And it is really easy, but if you need me to help you, just reach out and I absolutely will. Okay, this is starting to come to shape. Ta-da! Okay, now I have these two grays. Grayish black and dark gray. So let's go dark gray first. Let's build that up all the way to the edges. Like once you do it, you'll be like, yay, I know how to do that. And now this deeper one. Gotta find the flat. There we go. There we go. So Valerie, I hope you continue to travel safe, and I look forward to meeting you in real true life on Sunday night. Now I'm coming in with the black, circly, circly, circly blend. I'm really liking that. I think I might want to deepen that though just a little bit more. Here. This darker. And I think I want my edges a little more crisp. I think that might help with definition just a little bit. Going in between those, like not all the way up, but close to all those individual little shapes. And by deepening it, I'm getting a little bit more contrast, which is kind of where I'm going, or where I want to go. I just like the contrast. Ugh, I'm so sorry, Keels. I tell you, you know what's my best friend at the dentist? Nitrous and my headphones. Like if you really need me, tap me on the arm. But otherwise, I just want to go into a deep place that's not laying in this dentist chair. And so they did. I'm loving that so much. So good luck at the dentist, Keels. Bluck, bluck, bluck. Oh, Pegs, that makes me jelly. That makes me very jelly. So, Keels, give Eddie a big, nuzzle from me. I adore you all. Thanks so much. Thanks for the book recommendations and your lovely company and friendship. And don't forget to open your newsletter tomorrow. And remember how grateful I am for having you in my lives. Lives. Just the one singular life. Thanks so much, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye.